This is Coach Stefan Rudolph, coming to you straight from recoveredcoaching.com. Being the poet of poetry and bringing the passion to your life, for your life, with your life, in your life, to have and take your life to the next level. Titles for today: poetry, Life After Lockdown, a poem by Coach Stefan Rudolph. I wrote this through the passion of surviving COVID, the passion of welcoming challenge, welcoming change, and most of all, welcoming what follows it, that being growth. Thank you to the 1000th power for all the challenge I've had in life. Thank yourself, for yourself, by yourself, through your new self, to take your life to the next level. Use this poetry as fuel to grow. Turn the FUs to thank yous, I say, and take your life to the next level. Don't let anybody bring you down. Don't let any event keep you down. Use it as fuel to grow, fuel to be thankful, and fuel to love the life you live. Life after lockdown. Be the being you were destined to be by loving the life you've lived and living a life you love. Do so and be so by living so with an abundance of appreciation for both the positive and the negative in life. By doing so in the area of the latter, your growth for positivity will seed your future ability to now welcome challenge, welcome change, and blossom growth in and around your future. From here, you will develop and form the strength of appreciation for what you've lived through and grown through in life. Hard times, personal challenges, and overcoming difficult obstacles will be patterned through gratitude to work as fuel for growth in your present day and your future to come. Over the past 2 years on this planet, the beings of humanity have lived through the life's toughest challenges in one way or another. We all have gone through it and grown through it. Challenges related to dis-ease that has been taking place around us and exponentially within us. Yet personally, I was always actually ready for it. That was my bio moment, March 2020. Finding out what was happening around me brought out what had been happening in me. My bio moment, B-I-O, said, "Bring it on." I was not only ready for it, but I welcomed it with open arms. I actually saw it as a challenge and a change that could and would fuel me personally through growth. This view of growth versus fear came from living through and growing through my own personal lockdown due to addiction and escapism years earlier. Here, I found and learned that by not giving up on life and choosing life over death, I was able to go through and grow through a rebirth process in my own personal life. I simply began to process the negativity in my life as fuel for positivity and growth. I found that for me, and for the many with an open mind and open heart, to hear and listen to their spirit of change, their own personal spirit, those with an open mind, and connecting the dots to that open heart, this role reversal can and will lead to a whole new life. I, myself, am living proof, and this is a part of the story. In 2013, I was suffering, surviving, and nearly dying from my own personal decade of lockdown, gambling, and overall escapism. I was unable to face the reality of losing a life of financial success, a wonderful marriage, and living the ultimate American dream of happiness. A 6-figure pharmaceutical sales job, a $1 million home in Anaheim, a loving marriage to my high school girlfriend, all this crashed into silence within 3 years after its peak. My lockdown time period began as the disease of alcoholism took over my life. I was nearly homeless, having to live with my parents at 34 years old. This all the while as my prior battle with epilepsy in life returned, and returned in full force. I had suffered a traumatic brain injury years prior in high school football, and the high level of stress and addiction and escapism I lived in daily at this point ignited the seizure's fuel to return in me and through me. This decade-long battle of living a life in lockdown then also began to include multiple DUIs, along with 2 epileptic car accidents, a pulmonary embolism, brain surgery, loss of my driver's license for 6 out of 10 of these years, bankruptcy, and loss of everything materialistically I had earned in life. All this coupled with related lockdown symptoms, quote, lockdown symptoms of depression, guilt, shame, sleepless nights, anxiety, and a lost feeling of hopelessness for destroying my blessings and successes I was living in life just years prior. I lived through and grew through this time period of lockdown as a choice based on addiction. Yet in the case of all current COVID lockdown sufferers, many have not had a choice or even had a chance to survive. The negative effects of COVID lockdown simply chose them. Still, the connectivity I would like to bring to you today that can help the many and any willing to grow is that of awakening to living in a soulful awareness of gratitude. I began to welcome the difficult and challenging times with open arms. This may sound crazy, as losing everything materialistically is one of your worst nightmares in life. If you've earned a degree, got the best job ever, earning 6 figures, everything you've earned goes to everything you want to buy and everything around you. And when you lose it all, you feel like ending it all. And that I did. I didn't end it. I wanted to change and I wanted to grow. I didn't like what life gave me. As a matter of fact, I hated it. It took everything from me in the blink of an eye. I blamed it on others. I blamed it on my past life. Yet still, deep down inside, I saw the answer through a deep, detailed analogy of my old self. In the past, what I worked for was money. What I lived for was money. What I wanted more of was money. That was it. Yet in the end, I lost everything materialistically, and I lost all the money. And here, on the other end, what I found was my life purpose. Quote, I awoke from being dead. I awoke to being alive. The new me awoke as the old me died. I awoke a passion to live a life of purpose. I awoke through the gratitude of pain, challenge and hardship, and used it all as fuel for a new birth to awaken a whole new life. End quote. Take these steps now to begin working on living a life fueled through love and gratitude for all you have experienced and lived through in the past 2 decades of COVID. Do this by developing the strength of connecting the heart to the mind, eliminating the mouthful of excuses in between, and taking action on your ideas and plans, and you too will begin to welcome growth. Do so and be so by viewing the life you've lived and the path you followed in this hardship with an understanding that challenging times actually can and will ignite this fuel for growth. What we have all lived through, gone through, survived through, and grown through in this world over the past 2 years has been amazing. That is amazing, from A to Z, when viewed through a new understanding of living on new terms for a whole new life. Growing from this lockdown in my life has blessed me with a new path in life. Never giving up, and as Les Brown says, if you can look up, you can get up. I followed his words of wisdom, and a path opened up. A path in helping others from my experience in overcoming alcoholism, overcoming epilepsy, overcoming depression, overcoming anxiety, and being able to properly deal with stress in life on life's terms. My coaching programs include that of helping an individual resolve issues of the past that have been holding them back from growth, helping discover the new you, the you born to face challenges, welcome obstacles, and live a whole new life. Please review my story, books, and more about overcoming obstacles and beginning this whole new life you were destined to live. I am, quote, inspired to inspire, end quote, as my obstacles have also included the 20 plus years of epilepsy, 2 car accidents, 20 years of alcoholism, multiple DUIs, jail, bankruptcies, divorce, homelessness, a pulmonary embolism, now added to that COVID sickness, plus 2 past hernia surgeries, 3 endoscopies, and brain surgery in 2007 that did not work. I came back later in life, 5 years later, sobered up, looked up, got up, and grew up, and did not give up. I came back 5 years after that and won gold medals in the National Racquetball Championships. From having seizures on the racquetball court in 2010 to cracking my head open in the weight room in the LA Fitness in Vista, to being in jail just a few hundred yards behind it years prior for 4 DUIs. That life was not over. My life had ended, but I chose not to end my life and kill myself. I woke up to a whole new life, and this is a story of not giving up on life, but partnering with your new self in order to grow and live a whole new life, a life after lockdown. Go to recoveredcoaching.com for more information. Check out clickforgrowth.com for my YouTube channel. That's click4growth.com. And check out the upcoming book at thankyou1000.com. This is Coach Stefan Rudolph. Have a blessed day and a blessed life. Peace.